Joining us now, Waleed Faris, a Newsmax foreign policy analyst and former foreign policy advisor to President Trump. He joins us now, along with Brigitte Gabriel, national security analyst and chairwoman of ActForAmerica.org. Brigitte, let's start off with you. Trump saying 10 hostages will be released by Hamas very shortly. What have you heard? What happens next?
Well, the Israelis are hoping. They're holding their breath. They know they cannot trust Hamas. Hamas has reneged time and time again in the negotiations and the release of some of the hostages that were agreed upon previously. So Israel is waiting. Israel wants these hostages back. They are dying in captivity. We hear the numbers shrinking. So whoever is alive, Israel wants them back, and Israel is working towards that. And that's exactly why they are continuing their campaign in bombarding Hamas until they get these hostages out. American diplomacy hopefully is working. They are trying very hard, and we will see what happens within the next 12 hours if Hamas is going to release the hostages.
And Waleed, what are you hearing?
Well, number one, the story of Hamas should have ended long time ago, under the year and a half under President Biden. And all what the previous administration has done was to pressure Israel for a ceasefire. And when you pressure them for the ceasefire, they cannot advance. They will have to delay and delay. And Hamas from day one, from October 7, when they seized those hundreds of hostages, Israelis and international, they knew what they were doing. And I commented, I think on your own show, that they're going to use the hostages to delay the ending of that organization. And here we are in 2025, July of 2025, and they still have hostages. Strategically, they should have been defeated on week one after they've done October 7. That's my view.
Yeah, and then the problem is we have people protesting in the streets in support of Hamas, Brigitte. NBC News also reporting this week on a new U.S. assessment, which found only one of 3 Iranian nuclear sites were destroyed, saying Iran can resume Iranian enrichment within months. But President Trump, he posted on Truth Social today that all 3 nuclear sites in Iran were completely destroyed, obliterated. What do you think about the fake news, the media, always trying to downplay all of Trump's wins?
The media is on the side of the enemies of the United States, regardless who they are. They hate President Trump so much that they would much rather stand with the terrorist regime and basically demean the military of the United States. Remember, they are not just putting down President Trump. They are putting down our amazing and incredible military officers who conducted that attack, who were trained for that attack, who trained for years and carried that attack successfully to completion. And look, the bombs we dropped on these sites, I come from Lebanon. I know what a 500-pound bomb, the damage then that can cause, because I have been the recipient of hiding under a wall with explosions of 500-pound bombs. You can only imagine what a 30,000 bomb does. And they dropped a minimum of 14 of those bombs. There is no way anything is left. It's all buried underground. It's going to take the Iranians years to dig it out. And like President Trump said, it will be easier for the Iranians to start from scratch instead of them trying to dig down to get down into the installation that we bombed.
You know, and Waleed, I want to get your thought real quick because I know we have to go, but I want to get your thoughts on the media's role in this disinformation campaign, and that anything President Trump does, I mean, like we say, he could cure cancer and they'd find fault with it.
Since President Trump started his campaign, the first one, the media was targeting him. I was one of his advisors at the time, and I saw it. I was in the media. They will actually coalesce, create a scenario, impose that scenario, especially in foreign policy. Nobody check with them. And I think that there are financial influence involved in some hostile forces against us who would influence our own media. Look, there are investigations happening now about the 2016-17 period, and then a lot of information I expect from that.
Waleed and Brigitte, we got to leave it right there. And thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.